Hello, my name is Jim Bennington from Bennington Tobacco. I would like to talk to you today about the new cigar smoker. Come into my humidor.
Wow. Oh, this is huge. This is intimidating.
Very intimidating for a new cigar smoker. They walk into here and they really don't know what to look for. But hopefully by the end of this video, I'm going to give you some basic knowledge on how to kind of walk your way through and picking the right cigar. One of the first things you can do is go up to the box, and there's actually quite a bit of information on these boxes. We'll give you the brand name of the manufacturer, and then also usually on the front of these boxes it will give you the shape size and also the wrapper size too. So that in itself will be very useful information for you. Some of them do print the manufacturing where it's located, Dominican, Nicaragua, Honduras. And by the end of this video, I hope to be able to persuade you at least to look at those things when you go into a humidor room.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and we're back. Now, Jim.
Yes.
What are the essential terms that a new cigar smoker needs to learn?
Well, first thing they're going to want to learn is what color of wrapper cigar to look for.
Okay.
And there's three basic colors of wrappers.
Okay.
Natural.
Okay.
Which is a light brown wrapper.
Okay.
And what they call EMS, English Market Selection, and you can see it's a little darker in color than the natural wrapper.
Okay.
And then the last one is Maduro, which
that's
means very dark, almost black color wrapper.
Okay.
Each wrapper has a distinct taste. The natural wrapper is usually, in most cases, a lighter wrapper cigar, lighter in taste.
Mm-hmm.
The EMS is medium in flavor and taste. And the Maduro is usually darker and heavier in taste. So for a new cigar smoker, to kind of help them through the maze of terminology, I have it broken down into three categories to keep it simple.
Okay.
There is actually a lot more, but we're not going to get into that today. For a new smoker, I'd recommend a mild cigar. Usually Dominican Republic is the best origin of country to start with, because usually Honduran cigars and Nicaraguan cigars have a tendency to be a lot spicier and fuller in flavor. A new guy, stick with Dominican. The only way you're going to find that out is you're going to have to either research or ask the tobacconist when he comes in, hey, I'm looking for a Dominican cigar.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask.
Absolutely. They'll guide you through it. But if they're not there, if it's a store that's more self-service, it is stamped on the bottom of the boxes of the cigar itself, or you just do a little homework and have a list made up when you come in.
Okay, very good. So for the beginner smoker, a Connecticut shade.
Connecticut shade, yes, most definitely. A light brown wrapper is a good one to start with.
Okay. Now, is time something that is to be considered? Is it important?
Most definitely. You've got to figure out when you're going to smoke the cigar. Is it going to be on the golf course? Is it going to be at home after work? Is it going to be early morning? Or is it going to be in the afternoon where it might be a short, quick smoke?
And what can you show us in regards to that?
Well, that's where the shapes become important.
Okay.
And as you look down here, you can see I have these laid out. This is a Churchill shape. It's called a Churchill after the size. Usually it was named after Sir Winston Churchill because of the size of the cigar. Usually it's about a 7 to 7.5 inch in size, anywhere from a 50, and now they go all the way up to maybe even 70 ring sizes.
Wow.
Now, if you don't know what a ring size is on a cigar,
okay,
then a ring size is 1/64 of an inch.
Okay.
You can remember 42 ring, that's about a 1/2 inch in diameter.
Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. That's the way all cigars are described, is usually in length and then ring size, which is diameter. Churchill, there's this next one is a Toro,
Okay.
which is a 6x50. The one after this is a Robusto, which is usually about a 5 by 50 in size. These are all bigger ring size.
Okay.
Then we progress to a Corona, which is 5.5 by 42, and then you can go down into the Panatellas, which is usually long and skinny. They can be shorter, but usually they're anywhere from 34 up to maybe 40 ring gauges in size.
Okay.
And then the last two here, they're called Figurados, which means irregular shapes. This particular one by Davidoff is a Perfecto. It's tipped, short, blunted. It's toned down on this end and toned down on this end. And then this one right here is called a Pyramid. It's cylindrical all the way down, it's just totally round. Then right at the end, it gets wrapped down to a small point at the end of the cigar itself.
I see. I see.
So as you can see, the length has a lot to do with the length of time of the cigar to be smoked, and the diameter of the cigar too. Also, it will take more time to smoke it. So if you get into a big Churchill like this, it's going to be a good hour, hour and a half of smoking pleasure, as opposed to going into, let's say, a Robusto, which would be about 20 minutes.
Okay. Now, etiquette. What are the don'ts? What shouldn't you do when you walk into a humidor?
One thing that will aggravate a retailer more than anything else is if you go into his humidor and you start squeezing the cigar really hard, because it can crack and break the wrappers.
Okay.
A lot of people think the softer, it's fresher, and that's just not true. You want a cigar that's going to be firm if you lightly squeeze it, but not squeeze it together where it's so squishy soft. And I've been around more than once with customers over the years. I literally just have to say, don't touch the cigars if you're going to squeeze them that hard. And they go, and they just say, oh, well, it's got to be fresh. It's got to be just so you can almost squeeze it together. No. The squeezing of a cigar, it can still be totally fresh if it's packed well. So you got a firmness, but you know if you squeeze it a little bit, it's not going to, if you don't hear a crackling or anything like that. Most
just a little give.
Yeah, just a little bit of give. That's a definite no-no in the cigar business. You just don't want to just squeeze them so bad.
Now, I've seen something really weird that the guys would take the cigar and almost stick it up their noses.
Oh, definitely. You know, some guys like to pull the cello off and just sniff them. Really, I mean, you can get some aroma, but just keep it an inch away from your nose. You just don't want to put it right up a nostril. I mean, they do it, but you just really don't.
Okay, now, to wrap it up, what would be the 3 questions that you would ask somebody that's coming in looking for a cigar?
The 3 questions?
Yes, what would you ask?
I would ask them, are you a beginning smoker? Which would be the beginning if they are.
Okay.
And then I would go into, you're going to more than likely, would you like a mild cigar? Are you a beginning smoker? Question 1. How long are you going to have to smoke the cigar? And that would determine then the size of the cigar after that. The next question would be, well, what size do you like?
Perfect. Okay.
And then I could take it from there into the color of the wrappers. But if he's on the other end, if he's coming in and he knows a little bit, he can just say, look, I got a couple hours of smoke. I'd like to get a Dominican with a Connecticut wrapper. And then the retailer will be able to take you right to and give you different examples and different price points.
That's perfect. Okay, do we have anything else to add?
Yeah, definitely. Price.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to buy a $20 cigar to start with. Average price for a cigar is about $5. There are some great $5 or less cigars out there. A lot will depend on the brand. Like Arturo Fuentes, they're all mostly $5 to $6 range. They make a great cigar, and it's not that expensive. You don't need to go crazy at the beginning. As your taste buds develop over a period of time and you get into it, you want to celebrate and buy a Davidoff, you'll notice the difference. Probably not at the beginning, just like drinking wines, but your palate will begin to develop a taste. And there's some great $2 and $3 cigars too. If you're going on a golf course and you don't want to spend a lot of money, there's things called factory seconds, bundled cigars that come from the companies. They make great $2 cigars. You just got to make sure they're all long filler. And usually a good tobacconist will be able to direct you in that direction too. So you're not going to waste a lot of money if you a cigar rolls off it. You know, it gets in the grass and you can't smoke it anymore.
That's fine. That's fantastic. Jim Bennington, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I think we got enough on that.